Hey everybody, John Bingham here on a stormy Saturday afternoon. It's raining outside. You can probably hear the cars driving by and splashing through puddles. Anyway, a lot of you guys probably know me from doing some videos in the past, screwing around online and doing that sort of thing. And a lot of you know that I'm a tube amp junkie. It's always been my thing. I've gone through probably over 100 tube amps, over the years, just buy, sell, trade. So much so, I was the sales manager at Boutique Amps Distribution, doing Friedman, Soldano, Tone King, all of that sort of stuff. And I currently do that same role at Bad Cat. So I've been working with Bad Cat for a few years. The amps are amazing. Check them out if you haven't. But through all the buying and selling and trading, one thing I've always kind of, I've found something wrong with everything. Very picky about that. The reality is I should have probably just been practicing. But, I'd be chasing, I want a Marshall sound, but I wish I had more bite. Oh, I wish, this boogie was a little tighter, all that sort of stuff. And I'd always be buying and selling and trading. Well, one day I decided I'm going to build a couple of amplifiers, learn how to do that, take the mystery out of it, and, voice it to what I've always wanted, kind of. So here you have it. I have built a couple of amps. I'm calling them Hollytone. Holly's named after my dog, Holly. And what better way to name an amp than name it after your dog? So on the bottom here, I've got a Hollytone 2204. It's a Marshall 2204, voiced the way that I feel like it should be voiced. On top, we've got a Hollytone. I haven't had a name for it yet. I've been kind of calling it my trophy wife. What it really is it's a blend of like a JTM 45 and a Friedman Dirty Shirley with a bit more bite. I had a Dirty Shirley for years. I loved it. Always kind of wished it had just a tad more bite. And so, when I voiced the preamp in this, I basically did that. So I'm running these through the aux box way up there and right into the computer system. Everything you're going to be hearing is coming through the studio monitors. And on the desk, I don't know if you can see that right there, but that's just a good old-fashioned Boss SD1. Nothing special. I've got the gain set to like 9 o'clock, the volume set to like 3 o'clock, and the tone straight up the middle. So, and the guitar I'm using is one that I built also. It's got an EMG 85. So it's not the 81, not the super duper hot pickup, it's the 85. So this is an Alnico magnet humbucker. I mean, it's still hot because it's an EMG, but it's not like slicing like a knife like the 81 would be. So the focus of this 2204 was to basically get everything that I needed with a turn of the volume control on my guitar and the SD1. So with the SD1 off and the volume control full on, this is what the 2204 sounds like. If I want to roll it back, I can roll it back. Now if I want to turn on the pedal, we go into full assault mode. So the cool thing about this circuit, the 2204 circuit, is It's pretty transparent. It always sounds like a Marshall. Don't get me wrong. It's got the mid hump and it's got all that snarl and that aggression, but it's pretty transparent. You can hear that sound. You roll back your volume. The character's all still there of the guitar and everything. Right, and then you kick on the gain. It's still there. And if I'm to take this guitar off and plug in something totally different, right here, we'll go Stratocaster, 3 single coils. You're going to get the Stratty sound. Forgive the sloppy playing. I haven't played yet today. This is me warming up. But yeah, so this circuit, like, if you plug a good guitar into it, it's gonna sound like that guitar. But you get all of this gain range without having to do anything other than control yourself on your volume control, add a boost pedal here or there if you want to do that. And it covers the gamut of like any sort of poppy, sort of rock clean. It's not super clean, but in a band context, it's great. It's basically like cranked Bassman through like heavy metal sound. So that's what the Hollytone 2204 will do. It's pretty rad. I'll show you the JTM 45 Dirty Shirley Trophy Wife. I've got to remember that I'm kind of calling it that. I keep forgetting. So you know what? Let's make the swap while the video's live. You can see how it sounds. Here we go. All right, here we have the Trophy Wife. This one's a little different because I've got some switches on it, and I've currently got this one set to its highest gain setting on the cathode tuning switch, and the bright cap is on. That's without any boost. That's how much gain that one has. So kick on the SD1, it's going to roll off the bottom end a little bit because SD1 has a low cut. And so it's gonna sound more menacing now. Let me show this amp with a little more range. So I'm going to turn off the bright switch, and I'm going to set it to its lowest cathode setting, actually. I don't know how to phrase that. Right now, the cathode setting has a 2.7K resistor in parallel with a bypass cap. I don't remember what value I used. I'd have to look it up. But I'm going to set it to where it's just 10K, which is stock old school Marshall setting. Okay, no bright and lower tune cathode. That's what that sounds like. That'll clean up while I roll the volume back. So let me show you this gain setting with the bright switch on. For those of you who don't know, here's the educational part of the video. What a bright switch is really doing is it's taking a certain frequency, and you can tune it with your bright switch cap value. It's just taking a certain frequency and allowing it to pass. So the reason bright sounds more aggressive is because you're basically turning, you can kind of consider it like a gain pot, right? You're taking a certain range of your frequencies, in this case it's the high frequencies, and you're basically saying you can all pass through. So it's the equivalent of turning the gain all the way up on those frequencies. And that's really what a bright switch is doing. So here it is with the bright switch without changing the cathode values. I'll turn it off, play it, turn it on, play it so you can hear it a little closer in context. Okay, I also have a middle position for the cathode switch. The middle position is somewhere between stock Marshall and then that full-on gain that I showed you a second ago. Okay, we're now in that gain mode. This one sounds really good with the boost on because it doesn't get like death metal crazy, but it gets real tight. It's cool. So SD1 on, middle gain position. Right, that sort of thing. For comparison's sake, we've just turned the high gain all the way back up. To me, the difference between the high mode with the boost on and the middle gain mode with the boost on is that it just feels like everything is pushed more forward here. Like there's just more compression overall. Like in the low notes in the room, you hear that shunk, 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 that sort of a shunk sound. I'm going to go back to the middle gain. Now this one, it's going to be, I think, a little tighter. Yeah, you can hear it's a little more percussive on those low notes. there you have it, folks. A couple of Hollytone amplifiers. I'm going to start making a few more of these. Might put them out there if somebody's interested in having me build one. I can get you a custom amp. Let me know. I want to start screwing around with this. All right. Peace.